most important for us was to create this unique kind of crazy world, but at the same time it's a place that feels very, very real.
Almost as if the viewer could go inside the screen and be inside the screen, inside their own world.
Comedy, horror, surrealism, subversion. This is Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared might as well be my favorite piece of media ever created. Its abnormally humorous yet horrific script is so quotable and can practically define the word juxtaposition. It is such a mentally deranged yet impressively subtle approach to storytelling that not even the most talented artist or philosopher could decipher all of it. The original series comes from the brains of some of the most inconceivably inspired minds of our generation, and it can sometimes still feel underappreciated even with its huge presence online. What sells you on Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared from the beginning has to be the aesthetic. The main props and sets are composed entirely of felts and fabrics, and the puppets are immediately reminiscent of characters from Sesame Street. Don't Hug Me employs a large variety of different visual styles, and the amount of effort they put into each of them is evident. Intricate and charmingly entertaining puppetry, beautiful animation, and even live-action sequences all combine into something extremely visually compelling. While the series was originally supposed to serve as a parody of children's television shows, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared stepped way outside that boundary and created its own definition for itself. These 6 shorts are extremely unique. There isn't really anything else like them. The entire YouTube series is fantastic, but from now on let's focus on the original, which, when compared to the other videos, might be the worst one. The original serves more as a proof of concept rather than a bold production like the 5 other videos in the series. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 1 was the foundation for the sequels, so it does deserve the same level of respect. Although it does have its fair share of quirks, like how in the sequels the puppets for Yellow Guy and Duck are much less uncanny when compared to their predecessors. The original also has a much rougher set, and the audio mixing is less refined. Plus, you can tell the early animation was much more budgeted and mostly relies on Flash and very basic 3D. And this was also prior to them figuring out that adding an animated mouth in post would be much more convenient. The video opens with nothing but ticking and shots of the felt props mounted on the walls. The sketchbook appears and, through song, encourages and teaches the characters to use their imagination. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared revolves entirely around this pedagogy theme. It serves as an allegory for how modern professors can sometimes be unreliable or intentionally misleading with the way they teach, sometimes even educating students in a way that is deliberately false or malicious. There's nothing wrong with teaching creativity, but maybe the way this sketchbook goes about it can be interpreted as malevolent. The book starts off singing relatively harmlessly, but then starts being slightly aggressive towards the yellow guy. The sketchbook rejects his ideas in particular by pouring ink all over his painting and criticizing his favorite color in the most iconic quote from the series.
Green is not a creative color.
There's nothing really blatantly creepy about this. It almost seems like it's done jokingly, especially with the strange way that some of the other characters respond to the sketchbook's suggestions.
I use my hair to express myself.
That sounds really boring.
I use my hair to express myself.
But it's this subtle awkwardness that really elevates Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared as a series. It indicates that something is wrong, which helps not only with the comedy, but the horror. As Monika from DDLC said once, in my opinion, there's nothing more creepy than things just being slightly off. Like if you set up a bunch of expectations on what the story is going to be about, and then you just start inverting things and pulling the pieces apart. That's the kind of horror I can really appreciate. Then the sketchbook tells all of the characters to get creative, and then they start the ending sequence, which slowly eases you into madness. The frightening climax of the video where all hell breaks loose, and ending with the sketchbook suggesting that maybe they got a little bit too creative.
Now let's all agree to never be creative again.
So that was Don't Hug Me I'm Scared 1. Thanks for tuning in to the first ever episode of my new series, YouTube Anomalies. If you're interested in seeing me cover the next Don't Hug Me I'm Scared video or any other famous YouTube videos, then tell me in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one, so stay tuned. Yeah, you're right, this stuff is actually pretty good.